Welcome to Adventures with Capt Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week, we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Capt Ray Kelly live. And I'll tell you, I have a great show scheduled with a awesome guest. And if you've seen the Facebook post, you know who it is. But he's a superstar. He's a superstar in the drone community, at least as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, and I know you guys are going to enjoy this show tonight. We've got some surprises in store, and I have to say, when I first met Mark Fisher from the Rhode Island Drone Meetup group, it was my honor. And he also runs a company called Vision Media Productions, and man, I'm telling you, the work he creates is really amazing. It really is. And he's given me some tips and tricks along the way. So I got to say thank you to him, but I'm going to tell him that when he's on the show. And I had a busy week, I was flying, and you can never fly enough, of course, but I was flying the Mavic 3, my favorite drone. I love this drone. I can't say enough good things about it. Really. And I hear that the Mavic 3 Classic's going to be coming out shortly. And I know a lot of people will be running out to buy that. And I know that's going to be a great drone too. But I'll have to say, I don't know where the days go, I mean, October 10th already, Before you know it, the winter will be here. I'll be heading to Florida because a lot of you know I'm a snowbird. I go down to Florida for the winter, and I have to say I love flying down there. And Al from the South Florida Drone Flyers was just up here recently, and him and I had a great time flying together. We really did. I took him to two secret spots, the Vietnam Memorial in Farmingville. It's a beautiful, beautiful tower. And I had flown there a few days earlier, and I brought Al there. And he got a chance to fly it, and I know he enjoyed that. And then I took him down to Port Jefferson Harbor, and we flew there and got some shots of the ferries, and it was really, really just a great time with Al. And I was sorry to see him leave and head back to Florida. But when I get down there, I'll be flying with him, and I'll probably have him out on my boat. We'll go to one of my secret spots. You guys know already where it is. We've been there many times on the boat. But I'll tell you, I got to say thank you to everybody watching tonight. It really means a lot. Got a great crowd in the house. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Really, it it blows my mind, as the old saying goes. I I really mean it. I it's dinner time, and you guys are actually watching this stream. You could be eating dinner or watching the 6 o'clock news. That's what I used to do before I got into this live streaming stuff. I'd watch the news and find out what happened during the day. But let me welcome in, a few people in the chat. And Steven Drones, how you doing? Good to see you. And Fly Guy Merrill, how you doing? And Captain Joe America, USA Drone Flyer. Always good to see you. And I know you can only stay a little bit because you got a job tonight. So I hope you have a good shoot down there at the JV game. A lot of you probably don't know, but Captain Joe, he's a professional photographer and he shoots sports down there in Louisiana. And now he's moving in on me with Johnny. Him and Johnny are having these mini meetups together, and they're having a good time do it. And I like to see their them flying together down there. But let me continue with the list. And Chris, have drone will fly. How you doing, Michael? Fly Zone, good to see you. And Jerry Bauer, how you doing? Coming to us right now from Canada, soon to be Florida too. Jerry's a snowbird. And Al from South Florida Drone Flyers is in the chat. How you doing, Al? Good to see you. Reptilian, how you doing? And Paul Brown, Wedging Big, always good to see you. He's coming to us all the way from New Bedford, Massachusetts. And I tell you, I had the honor of being on Paul's show last night, and I want to say thank you to Paul for inviting me on. You have a great show there and a great Facebook group, the United States Drone Society. And if you're not a member right now, you guys should join. But while I'm talking about that, let's just support each other in the channel on YouTube. That's what this drone community is all about. At least that's what it was when I joined it. There was just so much camaraderie, and you guys welcomed me in with open arms, and I really appreciate that. So let's just support each other and treat everybody the way you want to be treated. That's the bottom line. And let me see, Eric, how you doing? Eric Lipinski, good to see you. And Maddie's Drone World's in the house. How you doing, Maddie? Going up the list, and Joe Blaylock, how you doing? Let's see here. Warren. A lot of people don't know Aki Rasho's first name is Warren. So how you doing, Warren? So good to see you. And I hope he wasn't trying to keep it a secret. So anyway, we got a great crowd in the house. So I don't want to leave Mark Fisher in the background too long, because all I did was leave him some beef jerky tonight. He didn't get the shrimp and lobster. And I really should have left him shrimp and lobster, because I'm telling you, you're going to be amazed at what you see tonight on this show. It's going to be the talk of YouTube. But give him a warm welcome, because he's coming to us all the way from Providence, Rhode Island. And an eyeball? What, an eyeball?
I can't see ya. I'll tell you right now, I be Captain Good. Captain Good, that's right, that's my name. You can't call me Mark Fisher anymore, because me not. I lost me eye. Let me get a good look at you. Well, listen, I lost me eye because of that blasted Al Shazone. Hey, Al Shazone, I'm gonna get you, you swagger, you scallywagger, you. Kiss my ring, Al. Kiss my ring. Thank you. I'd be Captain Good. I'd be trying to find my family treasure. It'd be filled with drones and cameras and everything, So if you come along with me, you can help me find my treasure, and all of you will be flying around with cameras and whatever and everything else here and everything else. Wait a minute, I could smell gold. Wait a minute, it's not gold. I think I just passed gas or something. I don't know. So listen, if you're hungry, let's go to Arby's. I like Arby's, yes. Yeah, so so hey, Captain.
Hey, Captain Good. I'm telling you, I love it. I love the costume. I really do. Welcome, welcome
What's
to
that? I can't
Adventures.
hear you.
What happened to your ear?
Arr, I was getting a fight.
I'm telling you, unbelievable. Really, Mark, Captain Good,
Yes,
you're
sir.
amazing. You're amazing, and thank you for being on the show tonight and dressing up in costume.
You know, only for you. Only for you. I mean, all right, let me get out of this. It's hot. It's
I'm
hot.
telling you.
Guys, it's real hot. It's hotter than Captain Ray's trips to Florida right now.
Well, I tell you, you were the hero of the first South Florida drone meetup. When you stripped down to your underwear and went in and retrieved found. First of all, you had to search for that drone, and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know you were going to find it. And then when you located it and you came up, with that drone in your hand, that was a moment. That was
Yeah,
the
you know,
moment
if
at the
you
South Florida drone meetup that year.
and the funny thing is that I wasn't gonna go, because I had this notion that, I went down to Florida. I was going to visit, and my wife and I visit Florida every year to go see family, and we make it a vacation, but we also, basically, you know, get to see family, and it becomes cheap because we get to stay with the family too. So they don't want us to stay anywhere else, but uh, like
You
science.
see Michael's comment?
So
Good one.
so we get to stay down there and visit family and spend some time with them, which it's important, to see family and that. And um so yeah, and then I didn't want to go to the South Florida Drone meetup because I didn't know anybody. I didn't, of course, I I've been flying drones for, my goodness, well over 7 years, almost 8 years probably now. But and I didn't know anybody in the drone world really. I didn't even know this community existed. And so going down to the South Florida Drone meetup was like, wait, who are these guys, and what, you know maybe they're gonna. I get there, they'll try to steal my drones and my cameras, and should I bring cameras and what? I didn't know nothing. And Michael Blade, which is
Yep.
an amazing person and just a good guy, and he's like, "Nah, you gotta come. It's gonna be great. These guys are awesome." And so I was like, "All right, well, as long as you're gonna be there." Then that night before, I was like, "No, I'm not going." And then all of a sudden that morning, I called my cousin up, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll go down." And so my cousin came along, and I got met Billy Kyle and all this and that, right? So that photo you actually have of me coming out with the drone was a photo that Billy Kyle took because he grabbed my camera from my cousin and took those pictures, and a lot of them. So I'm glad he did that because he was, he's qualified to be able to get a shot like that, right?
Well, that was my photo too, just to let you know.
Oh,
There were a
I'm
lot of people
sorry.
taking photos that day.
Oh,
A
so
lot of
did you?
people
Is
captured
that the
that
photo
moment.
that you took?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
Yeah.
know. Oh, great. Awesome. Yeah.
And you know
That's
what camera I used? The iPhone 12.
well, no wonder why it looks like my $7,000 camera, right?
But anyway, that was the greatest moment, really.
It
But
was fun, and by all means, I didn't do it to try to gain popularity or anything like that. It's just who we are here in Rhode Island, because my mentality is growing up in New England, we're surrounded by water. So, even though Rhode Island is not technically an island, but it is surrounded by water. But anyways, uh, we go in the waters all the time. So when I was thinking, so my mindset was, um, why is nobody going in for it? This is crystal clear water. It's Florida, and you'll be able to see the drone. You can see your toes and
yeah,
everything. And so that was my mindset until I got into the water, where I didn't know, the wind and the kicking up of the sand. You couldn't see the bottom of your
it
feet.
gets murky.
It was
Yeah.
really murky. And so I was like, uh-oh, what did I just get myself into? not only that, going over those rocks. See, we could walk over
Well,
rocks.
yeah,
So
I thought you were gonna get cut up bad.
I did.
I know.
I had razor lock, like little sharp. I lost a couple of pinky toes. It's a good thing we got to sew them back on.
Yeah.
Like I came out of the water like this, and like my feet were like so. So,
No.
and so the thing is, you get out there, and I'm like, I done did it now. I'm not gonna find this drone, and it's just if I was Irish, I'd say look at the Irish and whatever. But you know what? I hang around with some Irish guys, all the Sullivans and Rhode Island Drone Meetup, so, but yeah, it was good. I was glad that I was able to find it. That was the most important thing about it was finding the drone, and our slogan or we say rig mug, Rhode Island Drone Meetup, no drone down. So it's something that I came up with.
It's a good motto. It's a good motto.
It's a good motto, right? So no drone down, so that whenever we go out flying, we stick with that and say, nobody's gonna lose a drone today. And that's what we had our shirts on, and it said no drone down. And I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go, let's get this drone, right? Well, and the guy was very appreciated, as you know, right?
Oh yeah, he was. I mean, I'm sure he called you at least 4 or 5 times afterwards.
Right.
Thanking you, offering to take you to dinner.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, Mark, it's so good that you're on the show, really.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and I love
really. You brought up, the Rhode Island Drone Meetup group, and you invited. Well, Michael Blade invited me in, and he's the one who got me to join your group, and I was so glad you accepted me. I didn't think you'd want a New Yorker.
Well, the reason why I've done that was, like just this the biggest example right there, South Florida Drone Meetup. Okay, we have members that are in Rhode Island. We're based in Rhode Island, but people travel, and like to stay connected is a big part of this community. And what? Not that I didn't have any drama in the community, the drone community, and we do. There's things that happen, and sometimes we get. But we were just talking about this in the room when we was eating that beef jerky.
Yeah.
We got to see past this technology. Let's see each other as friends. And everybody loving the technology, but we got to see past that because we're human beings and we live in a world that's already messed up as it is, right? So why we got to mess it up even more by, getting mad and spreading rumors and you know what? I don't want to get into it.
No,
I'm not gonna get into it. But anyways, you know what? Maybe after this, people that are having issues with other people, maybe just give that person a call, send a text, and say, "Hey, you know what? If something happens to you tomorrow, I would have been mad that I didn't say, you know what? Let's just be friends. Let's just put it behind us." And that actually just happened today within my group. Let's put it behind us. Get back in the group. I'm not going to mention any names. Get back in the group. Let's put it behind us. If we had differences, then we don't have no more differences right now. You know what I mean? And you got to see back past it. And for somebody to do that, they become the bigger man. You know what I mean? Because, at the end of the day, we're not like, friendship is much better than us being mad over a drone. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Exactly. And I have to say, I feel as if you're a very good friend of mine, really.
I feel the same way.
And I have to give you a lot of credit with your group and the fact that you pulled off one of the most successful drone meetups ever. The Rhode Island Drone Meetup was very, very successful. Really?
It was, and it was put together really quick. And it's unfortunate that we wasn't able to, keep it going for the next year or whatever. But we will come back strong next year, this coming year. And listen, you set the tone. You were the model for what I did here in Rhode Island. No, believe me when I tell you, and you were the inspiration behind it because you said. The very exact words you said, Mark, you should have one in Rhode Island. And I was like, oh, Capt Ray, I don't know nothing about doing that. And like, you know what? I, took your advice and, you know, and went to work on it. And we had very little bit of time to really work on it. We, you know, got a small sponsorship from Auto Robotics, you know what I mean? But, you know, and that was cool that they sent pens and whatever else and the lanyards and stuff, you know.
You got your lanyards right over here.
Yeah, not bad, yeah. So, you know, but you know, I feel like almost like with it's like the sister or, you know, or brother of, you know, the South Florida Drone Meetup, because I don't think there's going to be every year that I will miss the South Florida Drone Meetup. And I want to say that really loud because my
That's what I
wife
like to
needs
hear.
to hear that too. Because I feel like, you know what, it's a part of me now, you know what I mean? And, you know, and I like it because, you know, nobody gets to these meetups and really flies. So this is a good extension to what I was just saying, a correlation to what I was just saying of you know, like friendship and like letting that stuff go, you know, let's not let this, you know, pull us apart, is that when you get to these drone meetups and stuff, good job, man. My grandson just fell up the stairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's all right. He just missed a step.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 12 years old.
Okay.
He's staying with us during the school season, so we take him to school and pick him up and stuff.
Good grandpa.
Yeah. So, you know, when we get to these drone meetups, you know, there's more conversation than flying. People like happy to see each other. Like, my goodness, I've never met you before, and you know, I didn't know you was that short and had a big pinky toe like that. You know, maybe you shouldn't wear sandals the next time you come to this meetup. You know, so.
Nah, that's half of it. That's half of it is talking to the people, you know, and telling drone stories. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's great. That's exactly what they are for. You know what I mean? And just like getting to meet the people that we know online. And I was just talking to Gary Sullivan and John Bonifit this morning. We had a small meetup, just the three of us. And we were talking, we were having a mini meetup, yeah. And we were just having that conversation. And I said, you know, okay, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry.
That means you're getting old, like me. That happens to me all the time.
And I was just flowing. You know what I mean? Like
that's why I put things on index cards over here.
Where's my index cards?
Actually, see, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm very frugal. I don't buy index cards. I use old business cards.
Listen, they work, man. They work. You know, I didn't have a card on me today. My wife and I was at the mall, and I went into this virtual reality like gaming place. And I was talking to the owner, and you know, like I didn't have a card on me. He's asking for my card because I was asking him, "Hey, do you do like?" I thought it was a great idea. Like I went in there thinking that I might be able to go in there and maybe do some like FPV, you know, virtual reality FPV. You know, like maybe they had a thing set up or something, like, you know. But what do they call that? The simulator, right? Simulator. Yeah. What am I thinking? So I thought in there maybe I said maybe they have it, you know, like, and he's like, no, but that's a great idea, you know, like you can go to a place and like sit down and like learn how to fly FPV, right? And they can make money. Yeah. Maybe it's something I should open up. Anyways, but no, he didn't. He thought it was a great idea. He asked me what I did, and I told him, I said, make commercials, I showed him one of the commercials that I did for Amazon, and then it was like, whoa, you know, like, that's really great. We need to talk. And then I was like, he goes, get a card. I said, get on the card. He didn't have a card neither. And he just grabbed something like that, and he said, just write your information. We went old school on him.
Well, we all know that the big thing is stickers now. That's the big thing. You got to give them a sticker.
Stickers, right? That's right.
But I tell you, Mark, really, and I'm not just saying it because you're the guest on the show tonight, but I mean, you are really an amazing guy. You're an amazing drone pilot, and you're an amazing photographer. You know, I really, really admire you and your work. And I put up one of your videos. So if you don't mind, we're going to break it up a little bit and show one of your videos.
Sure.
You know, because people love seeing videos, you know, and you are one of the best. So hopefully I'll be able to do this, and maybe you can narrate as it's
Sure, yeah.
playing. And
I think you chose this one for a reason, but that's okay.
how's that? Is it playing?
Yeah, it's playing. I can see. Yep. Well, I'm on this island. Maybe I should have had a mic, but this I had the mic is good on the GoPro. I'm on this island and I've been tracking a Pelican here in Rhode Island, Warwick, Rhode Island. I've been tracking them on my kayak. So yeah, it's crazy. White Pelican in Rhode Island. It's lost its way, so I docked up in this island. I've been waiting to see if he come back. This morning I got some shots of him, but then he flew off and went.
Well, look at that.
So, yeah, I'm gonna take off because I'm getting hungry. Should bring some food, but somebody's calling me. Tell them otherwise. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take off and get off this little island here and head in and maybe wait, grab something to eat, and then come back out. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, wildlife photography, visual media, peace.
Look at these shots. Amazing, amazing. That's all I'll say. I mean, your productions are fantastic. They are.
Yeah. So, white pelican. We don't get white pelicans in Rhode Island. Obviously, if you know the New England area, we don't get them. It was lost its way, and for every once in a while we'll get something that's like, wait a minute, is that John?
Joe Fortalea.
Hey, I told you to tell him to work for the Sanitarium.
Hey, how you doing, Ray Sunshine? Good to see you. Joe, good to see you. Tony,
Rhode Island will get
Corey. We got a lot of new people in the chat. You gotta welcome them in.
Maddie's out there. I know Maddie's there. That's my boy, man. Love you, Maddie.
Yeah.
So every once in a while we'll get I love wildlife photography. I mean, I love going out there. I actually I didn't put it up in any of the drone groups because it's more drone stuff related, but in the wildlife groups that I'm in, I posted it. I got a picture of beaver, like really up close beavers.
Okay.
And like amazing. I had to go out on a boat to get this, and it was a river boat. It was not like the kayak, but in one of the groups, it's up to almost 400 likes or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And but which I don't really care. I just share it because I love it, and so what? Who cares? Nobody likes it. I don't care. If I don't get so that thing, Bob Fiore said I should talk more, like do the vlogging more, and then I get more subscribers. I really don't care about subscribers, but I actually put that video up and I lost subscribers. Like people unsubscribe to me.
Sometimes
I'm just
you gain some, sometimes you lose some.
yeah, and at the end so this is if I can encourage you. And I know, listen, we talked about this morning too. We talked about like people wanting to get this stardom, this like YouTube, and I want to get thousands of, and they just do anything to try to get them. And the thing is, if it's gonna come to you, it's gonna come to you. Don't scratch and bite to get there. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So, you might be able to put one video up, and that's what's gonna break the ice, and then you'll get all these subscribers and whatever. But like, don't let it rule your life somewhat. You know what I mean? Don't let it like, oh, if I don't get it, I'm not worth anything. Like my stuff, my content isn't great. Now I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm the best at what I do. No, I got a lot to learn. But, you know, I'm not going to say that my content isn't good that I'm putting up and that I shouldn't deserve a little bit more credit, whatever it does. I don't care. But, you know, I don't let it ruin my life. I do it because I love doing it. So you got to love doing it. And if somebody says, oh, I didn't like it, because think about this. If they don't like it and they seen it, then they're haters maybe, right? Because
well, some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. You know, you can't please everybody.
I think I'd rather have haters than you know, because if they're hating on me, I'm doing something good.
Well, yeah, you know.
But anyway,
but I tell you, I forgot to welcome one of the most important people in the chat, and that's Rob Kamada. You know, he's in the chat. He heard you were going to be on the show. Aviano Rob C.
Rob Kamada is a great
making fun of the way you talk, though.
Rob Kamada is a great dude. He was the first on the scene. We thought it was going to be you, Captain Ray. We thought it was either you, but I didn't expect Rob Kamada, because he just in a New Yorker, right? He's in your area, right?
Yeah. I fly with him a lot.
So I pull up and it's like 7:05, 7:15. And Rob Kamada is there. And I'm like, who's this dude? Got his back of his truck open, right? And he's got like this like
banner. He's got the banner on his tailgate.
Drones, just like, what? Who is this guy? You know? And so like I pull up on him and I'm like, I'm so excited. You know, it just was like, wow, thank you, man. And you know, I'm glad that you're here and that, you know, and then he's like, whatever I could do to help you to set up and like, you know what I mean? So what a great guy. What a great guy.
Rob is a good guy. He's a great guy.
You know, I hope that, you know, if I do it this year, plan it, and, you know, a lot more guys that are in the Florida area, like Maddie, I would love to see Maddie come down to Rhode Island. I know he's never been here, so I'd like to see.
Well, he went to Chicago, so maybe next year you can come up to Rhode Island.
Who's that?
Maddie. Yeah, he went to Chicago. Maddie went all the way to Chicago.
He did.
And they had a very successful drone meetup too.
Did they?
Yeah, Michael, Fly Zone Drones. Yeah.
Oh, Michael and them. That was Michael and them?
But I'll tell you, Mark, let me just get back to my format. You know, I have a little format on the show.
Absolutely.
And I do give a tip of the week every week.
Okay.
You know, nothing sophisticated. But this week's tip will be, if you're going to be flying in Class E airspace, make sure you get Lance approval. You know, that happened to me 2 weeks ago when I went to fly. I forgot to check air map before I got there. And then when I got there, I needed Lance approval. It was at the Vietnam Memorial. What's that, a finger?
That's a tip of a finger. That's your tip for the week.
A tip of the finger. There you go. Good one. But anyway, it takes a few minutes to get, not even. And, I had my Lance approval and we flew. And the same thing when Al went there, he had to get his Lance approval to fly at the Vietnam Memorial. So just remember, get your Lance approval. And it's better to do it, check the map before you even go to the location. Don't you agree?
I agree 100%. Yeah, that's another conversation that we had earlier today, about laws and drone laws and that. And, there's a lot of people that like to fly rogue and whatever else and, all that. But at the end of the day, this is technology. Like if you was, trying to get those perspectives, that we were able to get, over 10 years ago, you wasn't able to get that unless you had a helicopter, or if you was in a helicopter, you really can't you could stop and whatever, but you're not going to get what you really can get with a drone. So, look at the technology and have respect for it, because the laws are in place for a reason, right?
Right, exactly.
Even though sometimes it's overkill a little bit, because of the fact is that, it's drones. We're not a flock of drones where a flock of birds can fly into a plane and something could get really crazy. I don't think drones are flying into planes anyway. So all of that.
Only one hit a helicopter, the LAPD helicopter.
Oh, one did.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago out in California, obviously. But anyway.
Yeah.
But Maddie, I put the comment up there. Maddie says he thinks she could make you a Rhode Island drone meetup if you have one.
Good. So, that would be awesome. And we're always willing to help where we could. So you know, as far as that.
And I think I said hello to Lawrence. Lawrence, Novice Quads, how you doing? And Nicholas
Lawrence.
Fazio, good to see you. How you doing? Tony, Quadcopters in Tech, I think I said hello to you too. Sometimes I repeat the names because I'm getting old and I forget who
That's
I
all
said
right.
hello to and
That's
who
all
I
right.
didn't, you know.
Just as long
But
as you don't do
so
no giveaways
tell us
twice.
about this production you're in. Tell us about Captain Good, uh, well, Pirates on the Blackstone,
Blackstone.
correct?
So every year, so I team up my company Vision Media teams up with Blackstone Valley Tourism. I do a lot like some work for them, like commercials and stuff like that. But they come to me and they ask me, hey, you know, we got this idea and how can we create it and how. So my company doesn't just produce like videos and commercials and stuff, but we also kind of like promote, help to put together events. You know, like I also go out and there's a guy running for mayor, and I did the entertainment. Well, not entertainment, but you know, uh, audio, video, you know, whatever, set up mics and all this and that. But so Pirates on the Blackstone is something new. It's a new idea that branches off of what we did a couple of years ago called Swamp Scare. Swamp Scare was developed and put together by myself and some other people, put heads together, and it's a boat ride. So you get on this river boat called the Explorer, and you go up the Blackstone River, and it's dark out, and it's this river is really cool. It's a little creepy and everything. But this year we're doing pirates. So what we do is I'm Captain Good. I bring along families and adults or whatever. They get on, they book their ride, and they get all these like different pirate, you know, like a patch, and they get a like a
Cool.
bandana, and we go out and there's skeletons hanging all over the trees, and we go out searching for Captain Good's family treasure that's been lost. And once we find the treasure, which is on a big chest, and we pull up right to the bank of the river, and I open the chest up, and it lights up, and I grab the bounty, which is a bag of like gold chocolate, the
Yeah,
gold chocolate
cool,
thing.
cool.
But as I'm doing that, and we're pulling off the bank, Captain Whitebeard is on another boat with a whole bunch of pirates with a cannon, and they're firing the cannon, and they're coming after us. They're trying to get the treasure, and we got to protect it, and everybody on the boat got to protect it. They come by and fog machine and whatever else. It's really cool. It's been
I'm
really
gonna try
exciting.
to make it. I'm gonna try to definitely make it up there.
It's a
You
great
know,
20
because
twenty
I
five
like
minute ride.
pirates. You know, I like pirates.
Oh, it's fun. You know, it's like I said, it's our first year, and I think it's going well. I think it could be a really good production like next year. You know, like as we develop it and make it bigger, and you know, put some more money behind it. But I think it could be a
Yeah,
really good thing. You know, because we started in August. So August. Wait. No, we started in September.
September.
No, wait a minute. We started August.
Suck. Okay,
August
August.
16th and then October to October.
Yeah.
So we started 2 weeks uh, into August, and then we're going through to October 30th. So it's
Very
every
cool. Very
weekend
cool.
from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I was a few years back. I was very active in the town of Riverhead, which is on the Peconic River on Long
Okay.
Island, and I was somewhat instrumental in organizing the River Festival
Yeah.
and boat show. And one year we ended up having the pirates from Greenport invade the town. But that was a fun experience to say the least. A lot of work, you know. And I did it for 3 years, and then I says, "Come on, somebody else take it over," you know.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Nobody
It's a
else took
lot
it
of work.
over, and there was no more River Festival.
Yeah, it's a lot of work because even like that same year that we started Swamp Scare, right after that we got to work on another production called Search for Santa, and basically the kids go on the boat and it's all Christmas. Everything was all lit
Nice,
up. We
nice.
had the North Pole where we go up on that bank where we get the treasure. That was the North Pole. We had that all decorated with a big sleigh and Santa Claus. I even had to play Santa Claus a couple of times. So
Santa.
yeah,
Okay.
I had to play Santa Claus. I was like the black, like basically the ghetto Santa. You know, but you know, Santa does come to the ghetto. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was great. So
So tell us um, about your production company. Do you do a lot of what is? Oh yeah, yeah. Tell us about the Avada.
still in the bag after a week.
Well, I tell you,
Actually,
what are
it's
you
been
gonna?
over a week, I
Oh,
think.
open it up. What are you gonna have your maiden flight?
I was gonna open it up here on the show today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Maybe I'll do that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so Vision Media, like I said, you know, we do that also, but then we you know, I say we. I guess I could say we because you know my wife has been a big help and a big part of like helping me to get where I'm at because I can't leave her out. She's just such a great support system for me in all areas.
Your,
You know,
your
she's
wife
my
is so
rock,
nice.
man.
Ingrid is so nice. Tell
She's
her I said
amazing.
hello, by the way.
I will. She's amazing, and you know, like you know, she does some of my voiceovers too, and she's great at that. You
Yep.
know, and so yeah, so she's been a rock in this in Vision Media Productions, and so you know we do the stuff like that, like I was just talking about. But you know, we do videos for like local, mostly local stuff, you know, but stuff that's going on TV and stuff for local restaurants and all that, you know. But it's a lot of work, you know, to do that, you know,
Oh
and
yeah.
you know, at some point I definitely do want to get a team. Like I don't want to be the one that goes out and shoots and the one that
One man
directs
show.
because
Yeah.
it's directing, you know, there's like, you know, you got to do the audio, you got to do the video, you got to come back and edit, you know, you got to find the music, you know, it's a
Well, I
lot.
told you. I told you. If you ever need somebody to carry your bags, let me know.
Yeah. There's a lot of bags, believe me when I tell you. I mean,
Ah.
you know, I get in trouble all the time because the kitchen tables become like Best Buy or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I have to say, Mark, I really respect you and your work, really.
thank
And
you.
I'm so happy that you're involved and you come to the South Florida Drone Meetup, and I got to tell everybody about it. Most everybody knows already, but it's
Yeah,
going to be the third annual South Florida Drone Meetup is going to be held again in Jensen Beach, Florida. Same location as last year.
beautiful face. Yeah,
And we're going to have it on April 1st, 2023, from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. There'll be a second day of flying, primarily FPV flying maybe on Sunday, but the location was conducive to both. And Maddie sort of coordinates that. But now that you got the Avata, you'll be doing FPV flying down there.
I think so. I've been a little afraid to open it up actually. Um, you know, I mean, I don't want to bash, but I'm starting to really dislike DJI for some of their antics and some of the stuff that they've been pulling lately. Like, I mean, just hearing about this Mavic 3 Classic coming out is it's really, you know, it's a
Well,
slap in the
it's all
face.
about making money. It's all about
Yeah, you
DJI
know, and
making
I
money.
guess I gotta wrap my head around that and like, you know, say, hey, you know what? They're making money and they got it. They don't got me no more. I'm done. I'm pretty much done. I bought the Avata because you know I want to get into FPV because I respect it a lot and I respect the guys that fly FPV because it's my goodness, man. You know, okay, so I've said this already and I think I've said it on other shows, but we fly drones that have cameras on it and they got the GPS and they're like, well,
Right.
my grandson, I can hand him a controller. He could fly the drone probably almost as good as I can if you give him a week. But FPV,
That's
that's when you
skill.
really get
That takes
down
a
to
lot of
like
skill.
a lot of skills. So I hold those guys up here. You know, like all right, I could fly a drone and that's fine. You know, and yeah. Today I was out with the guys and you know a boat's going and the boat's going across the water and I'm about maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet off the water, following that boat. You know what I mean?
And you were doing that with a GPS drone.
With
Yeah,
a GPS drone. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Taking a chance.
Taking a chance. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're an expert. You're an expert drone pilot.
And, and not only that, you know, because you, so if you don't push the envelope, you don't get the shot.
Right. Exactly.
I was whipping my Air 2S around and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fly this thing as if I'm flying the FPV drone right now. And I was like flying around benches and through trees and through things, you
Very
know what I mean,
cool.
today, because I'm like, I'm just gonna get myself used to this, you know. So when I do step up to this Avata thing, you know, I'm gonna, you know, it's gonna be whatever, right? So
Yeah.
um so yeah, I've been afraid. And you know, so any guys out there right now that fly FPV, you guys hold it. You hold the bar up like this, man, because that's really flying, yo. That takes a lot of skills, and I give you guys a lot of respect, you know. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Maddie picked it up quick. Lawrence
he
Clark,
did.
he's one of the best. You know,
Yep. Yeah.
you hate to single people out because then the people that you don't single out get offended that you didn't mention my name. But
Yeah.
you can't
Just say
mention
all you
everybody,
guys that
guys.
fly FPV,
Just
or if you just
let
got
you
into
know.
it, because look at even Rodney Bell. He's gotten into it, you know, and
Yeah, yeah.
he's doing really well with it. You know what I mean? Like you know, I see some guys picking it up, and then I always say like I'm never gonna be able to do it, you know, and I make all the excuses in the world, you know, and then oh, so the other rant I have with DJI is this is what you sell me. This is what you
I
sell me.
know.
You sell me a drone without a controller.
I know.
Like
Yeah.
like this is a FPV drone. You can't fly this drone FPV really.
You got the motion controller, right?
Yeah, but that's not.
No,
You
I
can't
know.
fly
I know.
manual.
I know.
I'm
But
like,
but when I
like
saw that motion controller, I was pretty impressed with it. Rob Kamada had it, and
I
it seemed so easy. But
I
when he
like it.
offered
I
me to
almost
fly
think
it, I
it's.
said, "No, no, no, Rob, that's all right." You know.
I think it's a little novelty, but I like the idea of it. I would love for that to hook up to a camera
Have a
drone.
good night, Joe. Good. Have a good shoot, as they say. He has to go shoot at his JV game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but you know that Avata is gonna well change your
Thank you,
whole
Chuck.
style of flying. I think.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's so like I said, it's been sitting here for a week. I've been looking at it and I'm like, you know, am I gonna open it up? You know, and the whole idea of goggles, that's gonna be kind of new to me, even though I used to fly with the you still have line of sight when you fly with the Epson BT35E Mavario glasses. If you
Okay.
know what those are, they're
No,
pretty
I
cool.
don't know what they.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I have them here. Hold on, real quick.
All right. Reptilian has a question, and maybe people in the chat can answer that for him. Yeah. I
So
don't
this,
know
here they are.
Reptilian because I don't fly FPV, and Mark doesn't yet. Other than he used this.
So these are
Oh yeah,
glasses.
they're interesting.
Yeah, so these are glasses that you can actually still have line of sight, but they connect to the RC Pro and any smart controller really easily, and they're all powered by the controller. And you have like a screen inside, but you can still see through that. So it's transparent, but you still got like this really,
Okay.
really good resolution screen where you can see all your telemetry and you can see what the drone is seeing. So it's almost like FPV.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I like
Oh,
them, but novelty.
yeah. Well, again, I think you're going to see more and more of those fly through type videos, especially,
Yeah.
in the commercial end of things,
Yeah. So
really.
yeah, as soon as I bought this, the day after, I got a call or a text and asking me if I can, would I be able to fly FPV through through a warehouse, Providence Bagel, and I was like, well, how many weeks do I have to learn?
Right, right.
And it was like,
Yeah.
you got 3 weeks. All right, cool, I'll do it. And it's
Well,
the
well, I know you had said that you were hiring people to do it, or you were going to hire people, right?
if I wasn't able to do it, I'm gonna find somebody that can do it. What happened was I remembered Ken Dono shot something with the Avata going through a house. He did a one shot of this house.
Yep.
And so I reached out to Ken, and him and I got on the phone, and he explained what he did. He used the Avata. He didn't use it in acro mode. He just flew it. He said the only thing you need to do is study the way you're going to fly, find out where you're going to fly, study it pretty good so you know where you're flying to. And he says just fly it in regular mode. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, right. That's true. It's true.
Mark, are you aware that fight jets as well as the
joysticks? The pilots use joysticks. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
How you doing, Mike? Did I say hello to Mike? Texas Armstrong guy. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you.
Is that his name, Mike? Mike.
Yeah.
He's from Texas, isn't he?
Yeah, he's from Texas.
Yeah.
Mark,
I am aware of that.
How you doing?
I am aware of that, and you know, there was a team of, I think they were like, so they came out with something that was supposed to connect. It didn't do too well. You remember that controller that was coming out, and it was like this, and then DJI picked up on it. Of course, I think they grabbed the idea and ran with it, but it wasn't working. I forgot what they called it, but it was a team of guys that worked for NASA, or they was like they actually were pilots, and they came up with this controller just like this one here. So
okay,
yeah.
No, I tell you, I'm thinking of that Avata. I think I could handle that. But certain people are also saying they like the DJI FPV better.
Yeah.
You know, so that, you know.
Well, I was thinking, so my thoughts were that I wanted something that went fast, right? Because I started to work with these guys that are doing the speedboats. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep up with them guys unless I learn FPV and really, you know, get up to like 90, 80 miles an hour, you know, 80, 90 miles an hour, even though I know they go faster than that. But, you know, another thing was too, the reason why I bought the Air 2S at one point was because I was doing a lot of warehouse stuff for Amazon and
I remember you saying that.
Roofing and all that. So, you know, that was something that I could fly in a warehouse and go through things or whatever. But this is going to be, I mean, this thing, I haven't even seen one yet. I got one. It's in a box, but I hear it fits in the palm of your hand. So,
yeah, well, I tell you, it's so interesting. I love all these new drones coming out. Even if I don't buy them, I don't fly them. I just love seeing new drones come out. Really.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
listen, you know, I do a contest, a monthly giveaway contest. One time I forgot to do it, and I never heard the end of it. So I got to do it.
You better do it. Yeah, because listen, not while I'm on the show.
And this is for a hat. We're going to give away a hat again, an Adventures with Capt Ray Kelly hat. But I'm going to do it. I told everybody last week I'm going to do it on one of my videos that I've released. And the video that I chose, I sort of hinted what it was on the Facebook page, and it had to do with that fire. So the first person that can tell me who the drone pilot is, their name will go in the hat. See, people are putting in lucky numbers already. So if you gotta scroll, you know,
is a number,
and you're eligible. You're eligible too, Mark.
Well, I couldn't. What was the question?
The drone pilot who was at the fire in my video that I recently posted.
Oh, it was Rob Kamada, right?
Yeah, you got it, but Maddie beat you to it. So
Maddie, of course Maddie did.
Maddie put it in there before you said it, and then so did Gary, Brand Ariels, and Jerry.
Tell Maddie, we're gonna split the hat. I want half of it.
It's only have a hat. You have a hat already.
Wait, one side's gonna say Cap, and the other side's gonna say Ray. Captain Ray.
But anyway, congratulations, Maddie. Yes, it was Rob Kamada.
Congratulations, Maddie. You won half a hat.
And I went in there. He invited me into the open house.
I want to see the time. When he put it, when I said it.
I was so impressed when I went in there and seen Rob.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like.
you know, and I'm gonna just show a little bit of that video,
Yes.
just a little bit, because Rob is one of the best pilots I know. Also,
Those volunteer firefighters must be given a lot of credit.
so
Thank you for your
you
service,
know,
Rob.
this is the M30 drone,
That's the
Mark.
M30, man. Look at that.
Yep, and look at that drone. Really,
That's a beast.
yep. I was very impressed
And as
with
you
it.
can see, the M30 drone is very impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice drone. I like it.
And they actually set these buildings on fire for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty impressive to be there and
I
see
wish they
these
would have done that
buildings.
in that video I had just put up with the fire department from Blackstone.
Okay, so
It
you
would
know.
nice to have a fire to shoot.
And if you hit the little bell,
Yeah.
you'll be notified of our newly released
And
videos.
I mean that it was very windy this day too, just to let you know. It was very windy and that drone handled the wind with no problem.
No problem, right?
Yeah.
Oh
But
God! Oh my
But
goodness!
that was a cool little demonstration that he was doing all day, flying this M30 for the people who went to this.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, Ben Cartwright said, yeah, it wasn't wireless. I think you had to hook it up still. That thing that controller,
But
you still had to hook it up
he's
to.
got the thermal camera on it, and it's just amazing. This drone is amazing. So I wanted to show a little of that. But there it is flying around. And I want to say thank you again to Rob for inviting me in. So, you know,
And I
it
just
was
want to say this name,
it was
Al
great.
Cizzoni. Al.
Can you hear? Can you hear it?
Who? Can I hear
I
who?
think you can still hear the audio, right? There it is.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh no. I needed to say that name because I know he's in here still, and I just wanted to let Al know that I say his name right. Forget about it. So that
Oh
means I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
kiss the ring no more. I'm in. I'm sworn in. I'm in the books, Al Cizzoni.
Well,
I'm in the books.
you kissed his ring, or he kissed your ring?
I kissed his ring. He's gonna have to kiss mine the next time because I said his name.
Yeah. Oh, Tony, he said Tony. Oh, okay. You got it first, Tony. All right, I'll double check. But all right. Well, Manny, Tony says
Uh-oh.
he got it first.
You got a battle going on there. See, it
A
doesn't
lot of
matter if you
times
didn't
I
do the
miss it.
contest.
I
You're
do.
still
I
getting in
miss it.
trouble, Captain Ray.
I know. I know. But I'll tell you, Mark, this was really a great show tonight. You know, you
Awesome.
came in costume, you know, and that was very impressive. And like I
I
said
think I'm just
earlier,
gonna wear this patch like anywhere.
well, the patch, yeah, I like the patch.
Patch
Yeah,
is pretty cool, right? I mean, like,
yeah, you know, it gives you a very distinguished look.
and if I just do it with the eye like this,
You
it
know,
works, right? I mean, like,
really,
you know, I still got two eyes. I still could see, you know.
yeah.
Hey, you think, you know what? This came to my head. So
Okay.
I know if I'm
We don't have to rush off tonight because there's no
Oh.
show following us tonight.
I know if I fly to Avada and I have to have, you know, a scout, you know, what if I just bring the eye with me?
Like I say, you know,
Right?
the eye would work. The eye would
Like
work.
if like FAA comes up on me and they're like, oh, you needed a, you know, VO or whatever, right? You know.
Hey, Mark. I know, but we got a celebrity in the house right now. Chris Hope is in the house.
Oh,
So, you know.
wait, that was one of the things I wanted to say. You know.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah.
I mentioned Chris Hope, and it makes you think of something.
Yeah. Well, no. I was thinking.
How you
about
doing, Chris?
I was thinking about him when I had this on, right? I put the wig on. Oh my goodness, man! Don't ever wear this wig alone. You have to put the beard on because then I look like, you know, my mom or something.
He's saying hello to you in the chat, just to let you know.
Chris Hope, I was thinking about you when I put this on.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So now I look
Yeah.
like Jesus, right?
I like the look. I do.
You like that? So I was thinking about Chris Hope when I was putting the beard on because this is like,
The
except
long
I
beard.
know his is he's got a white beard, doesn't he?
Well, I would say it's gray. I
Grayish,
wouldn't say it's
grayish white.
white,
Yeah.
you know.
Now,
But I tell you, I love Chris's beard.
and I like that he has like House of Hope. You know
The
what I mean? That's
2 minutes
a
of hope.
great
2 minutes of hope.
2 minutes of hope he has, right?
Yeah.
House of 2 minutes of hope. Now, what that 2 minutes of hope? What's that show on?
That's on Ready Set Drone with
That's on
Kelly
Ready Set Drone.
Shores.
Yes.
Yeah, he releases
That's
that
amazing.
first on that show, and then he puts it up on his own channel.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man.
And then when he does his sunrise streams, I know you don't get up. Oh yeah, sometimes you get up for the
I get
sunrise
up, yeah.
streams.
Sometimes I get to tune in,
They're amazing too.
I wish I could all the time, but I get up and got to get the things going, and
he told us all about big techs this week.
Sunrise water. Listen, I want to say this too, that to everybody that's in the chat, and whenever I'm whenever these live shows are going on, like the morning shows or whatever, and I say good morning, gentlemen, and then I somebody will say, hey, good morning, Mark. I'm really bad with names. So if I call you by Sunrise Media, like I don't know who that is, like his name. I wish I can get to know their names instead of like calling them by their their YouTube names.
Yeah, the
and I
channel.
apologize because I would love to call you by your
people understand. They understand.
Yeah.
Certain people are sensitive about that, but most of them aren't.
Yeah, it's like saying it's M Drone 1, but they call me by my name, so I feel like I always feel bad. It's why I was like, I try to make it general and say, hey, good morning, gentlemen. You know what I mean? And then I say to myself, oh, do I gotta get specific with everybody? You know what I mean? So
I know. No. Mark, you were a great guest tonight. So I want to say thank you very, very much for being on the show. I can always count on you. I know if I ever, and you filled in a couple of times at the last minute, and I appreciate that. But listen, now's the time to give our closing thoughts, and anything you want to promote. So the floor is yours.
Okay, perfect. I don't know about promoting anything, but I'll probably just say I want to give you an update on my mom, man. My mom.
Yeah, we'd love to know about that.
As we all know, a while back, on May 17th, she went into the hospital with a major stroke, massive stroke, actually. She's now moved into a rehabilitation center after about 4 months, man. So she's been in there for 2.5 weeks. She's doing much better. She's not walking. And just the other day, we heard from the nurses that she said, thank you, which we haven't heard my mom speak since May 17th. So since before May 17th, actually May 6th, 16th, whatever. But she's doing well. She's fighting still. And so, your thoughts and prayers will be accepted. And that's probably the only thing I want to promote. My mother, she's
I'm glad
amazing.
she's doing better.
Thank you.
I know it was a tough situation that you were going through. We were all praying for you.
Yeah, I know. It was heartfelt, man. That's like
you had a lot of support in this drone community.
That's big for me, and that's the reason why I kind of like shut down. And it's been like, trying to gradually come back to the community and get involved with like some of the groups and that. As you can see, I went back into some of the groups, not all of them, but I actually just took myself right out of the mix and just try to concentrate on her and stuff. So, but I thank you for having me, Captain Ray. Like amazing, everyone that joined the live show tonight. Thank you for joining in, and I hopefully my words were encouraging. And fly safe, fly smart, and have fun doing it, man.
Yeah. Well, Mark, like I said, thank you again for being on the show, and I got to say thank you to everybody in the chat for watching. It wouldn't be a success, if you want to call this show a success, without you guys watching it, and having great guests like yourself, Mark.
Thank you.
But, tonight is a busy night. We got the Grumpy Vlogger at 8, Lloyd Mendenhall. I like watching his show, and he recently flew drones. He was flying drones again. and it was
Really?
good to see that. And then we got Drone Nation at 9 tonight. You know, with Ron Brown and Marcus Crawford
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
DeMarco Moore, and they always
Great
have a
guys.
great
Yep, great
show.
guys right there,
You know,
man.
I say it every week about how great that show is, and
Yeah.
I've been following those guys for years now, and I've
Yeah.
learned so much.
Yeah.
So, but there's so many great live streams on drones, and if you want a copy of the live drone stream guide, you know, you just got to get a hold of me or Johnny Drone Flyer, because he's the one who created it. And before you know it, we're gonna see Mark Fisher going FPV on us.
We'll
So
open it tomorrow morning. I'll do a box opening.
yeah, there you go on your group. Yeah, they would love to see that. But
Yeah.
listen, guys, thanks again, and we'll see you again next week. Just get out there and fly for fun, and most importantly, fly safely.
God bless.
And me and Mark are going back to the beef jerky party.
Beef jerky time.